Namaskar. Welcome to day 12 of 100 Days Journey, my yoga practices towards the celebration of International International Day of Yoga that I will be celebrating with you all from Times Square, New York on 21st of June 2026. Today is March 25th, and you see the excitement because it is Yoga Sūtra 1.12 or the 12th Yoga Sutra from Maharshi Patanjali's Yoga Sutra from chapter 1 Samadhipada. And my excitement is that in this Yoga Sutra, we have discussed all the five modification fluctuations of the mind. We began with Atha Yoganushasanam with the first Yoga Sutra, followed by what is yoga according to Patanjali, Maharshi Patanjali. Second Yoga Sutra was about what is yoga, and yoga is to find the true self. But how can we find the true self? There are five modifications of the mind. So, the modification, once we stop the modifications of the mind, can we still our mind, steady our mind, and we can see the true self. And that is what the ultimate goal of yoga is, that we see the true self. So we discussed five vṛttis, the modifications, the fluctuations of the mind: pratyaksh, viparya, vikalp, nidra, smritya. Five modifications: right knowledge, wrong knowledge, alternative knowledge or imagination, stories, assumptions, and then modification of the mind, which is through sleep or the absence of the objects. And the last, which we just did yesterday, and it was about the memory. The memory, the experience is gone, but the traces are left, and we react as per the memory that is in the present. But past is not the present. The present is the present. But in Yoga Sutra 1.12, the 12th Yoga Sutra of Samadhipad, the first chapter, that brings my excitement because this is how the method of how we can stop the modifications of the mind, the fluctuations of the mind, and the cessation or the stopping or the blocking of the modifications of the mind is yoga. So let's get on with it. Sutra. How do we recite the sutra? It's Abhyāsa vairāgyābhyāṁ nirodha. Abhyāsa vairāgyābhyāṁ nirodha. Abhyas is the repeated practice. Vairāgyābhyāṁ is the non-attachment or the detachment. Nirodha. Those five vṛttis can be stopped, can be blocked by practicing repeatedly and also non attachment. But what exactly this means? The vṛttis can be stilled through abhyas and vairāgya. So if I have to explain this for in a easy way, so we learned about the five vṛttis. Some vṛttis give us pain, and some are just neutral, just doesn't do anything. Klisht, aklisht. Patanjali now tells us in the sutra how to quiet these five vrittis, not by force, not by suppression, not by escape, but through two qualities. And the qualities are one, abhyas, which is steady, sincere, consistent practice, and vairāgya, gentle, non grasping, letting go of clinging. Letting go of clinging. Together, they create nirodha, the stopping, the settling of the mind into clarity. Abhyas is showing up, that you're showing up every day. I'm showing up every day. Vairāgya is letting go. But it's easier said than done. But practice, abhyas, can make this happen. And how? If I have to give an analogy, I would give that of the popular analogy of Yoga Sutra 1.12 is the bird with two wings. Imagine a bird trying to fly with only just one wing, whereas it has two wings. It cannot rise. Abhyas is one wing and vairagya is the other. Only when both are present does the mind become light, steady, and free. And why this matters in today's world? Why Yoga Sutra 1.2 matters in today's world? Today's world, we are taught to push, strive, hustle, achieve. We practice, but we cling to the results. Or we let go, but we don't practice. Both extremes create imbalance. Maharishi Patanjali gives us a middle path. Look, practice steadily and let go gently. I believe we can say this is the medicine our overstimulated world needs. So, what we practice today, before we begin, here is what we practiced and how each part helps us experience abhyas and vairagya. First, we learned how to recite the Yoga Sutra, the Sanskrit of Yoga Sutra 1.2. It's very important that if we are practicing yoga, it's very important we learn Sanskrit, not just because it's an ancient language, but to anchor ourselves in the original vibration of the sutra by Maharishi Patanjali. Understanding abhyas and vairagya to see how and ease effort and ease work together. And also a gentle analogy, the bird with two wings, to understand balance in practice. So today we are going to be practicing our gentle movements, sanchalan, from traditional yoga. Griva sanchalanam, that the gentle neck rolls. Skanda sanchalan, effort with softness. The shoulder rolls. Steady repetition without force. Marjorie Bitilasan or the Bidalasan, rhythm without grasping. And lastly, in the classical movement, Vakra Sanchalanam, twisting without strain. Each movement will teach us effort without tension and release without collapse. And we will do few stillness practices to feel Abhyas and Vairāgya internally. When we practice stillness, we feel internally. So, Vairagya and Abhyas we can feel internally. And we will be going with Sthir Sukham Dhyanam, steady comfort. Antar Maun, the inner silence practice, observing without clinging. And last but not the least, Nabhi Dharana. Nabhi Dharana, returning to your anchor, that is your navel, your center. These practices will help us feel the balance of doing and letting go. So let's begin with Griva Sanchalanam. We'll make gentle neck rolls, steady circles, and this is Abhyas, that is in repetition. Let's do it. Back and spine straight with your smile on. You may keep your eyes open or closed just to roll. And now on the opposite side and gently, not pushing, not making it hard, just gentle roll with your normal breathing and slowly back to the center. Abhyas, that is repetition, and vairagya, not forcing. Skanda Sanchalan, will practice effort with softness and practice without gripping. So let's do it. Roll your shoulders. You can hold the top of your shoulder. Either you can roll like this, or just if you're standing, you can do this while standing, or I'm seated in a chair, back and spine straight. No matter where you are, seated on a mat on the floor or standing, back and spine straight. And to make it aligned, just roll your shoulder once, chin slightly tucked in, and roll your shoulders. One, two, three, gently. Four, and the opposite. One, two, three, four, gently, and come back. Now, Marjorie Bithilasan, which is popularly known as the cat cow, you can be on all fours or tabletop if you are on the mat, or you can be just like me seated using the chair, or it's your choice. But remember, the spine must move with rhythm, and we do not chase the sensation that we get nothing. We just practice. So let's do it. Just easy. Grab all the oxygen that you can from surrounding and release. Excellent. One more time. Let's do it. All the oxygen and release. This is just to practice that we are not being hard to achieve something. We are just moving with rhythm and we are not clinging to the sensation. We are not resisting the movement. We are not resisting the movement. The last one from the classical movement, we'll do Vakra Sanchalanam. We twist softly with effort and ease together. So twist softly again, back and spine straight. And if you're seated in a chair like me, just twist to one side. Let your navel guide your movement, not the shoulders. Let your navel guide the movement. Gazing over your shoulders, you may count and simply return to the center. Now to the other side. Let your navel guide your movement, gazing over your shoulder and back. We can do this one more time. Twist gently, gazing over your shoulder and back to the center. Now to the other side and let your navel guide the movement. So at this time, we go for our stillness practice. Sit comfortably in a in your favorite meditative posture. I can use Ardha Padmasana or the half lotus pose. You can sit in Vajrasan, Padmasan, Sukhasan, or just cross legged. Just sit comfortably, be comfortable, and let the breath settle. Just let your breath settle. Normal breathing. Normal breathing. Just settling our breath. This is Sthir Sukham Dhyanam. Just normal breaths. Anytime you feel distracted, just return to your navel, your center, with a smile on your face. Just return to your navel and come back to your natural rhythm. Just even a minute a day, you can practice Sthir Sukham Dhyanam. Just a minute, not even a minute, just to test yourself. The two methods by which we can block or stop the vrittis, one of the method you can try is just sthir sukham dhyanam. Just settle your breath by sitting in any meditative posture or just simply by sitting or standing or anywhere you're standing in a bus line, train line, or you're waiting to be boarded, just for few seconds, settle your breath. Now, the next stillness practice that we can do is antar maun. Antar is the silence within. And how we can do antar maun? This is very interesting because when we practice antar maun, the within, the inside silence, is when all the thoughts would be bombarded into, and we do not react to the thoughts that are coming in. We just let the thoughts pass by. We are not judging, we are not pondering over that thought like, oh my gosh, why do I have to do this? Oh my gosh, why is that everybody does this and I can't do it? So any kind of thought, whether it's a cliched thought, that is a painful thought, or a neutral thought, or pleasing thought, well, we are not judging. We are just silencing the thoughts. How? By not fighting against it, by not stopping it. All we are doing is, okay, come, thought, just let it go. And then the next thought comes. But that is the time you would place one hand on your navel and just breathe normal. And anytime any thought comes, just let it pass. The next thought, this next thought could be about your loved one. No, don't cling to the thought, just let it pass. And now bring your focus onto your navel area. We are practicing non-attachment to the thoughts, not clinging to the sensation, not clinging to the experiences that the thought brings. We are just letting it go and instilling our mind. We are focused onto our navel. Focus on your navel, the movement on your breath, and return to your natural rhythm. So you see, it is not difficult to stop the vṛttis by the thoughts that come into our mind. All we do is we practice non attachment to the thoughts. One thought comes, let it pass. The other thought comes, let it go. You just are an observer. You are sitting, practicing antar maun, and you're just watching, just an observer of the thoughts. Let it pass, and then you bring your focus onto your navel. Every time you bring your focus back to your center, which is navel, you are learning not to get clinging or attached to the thoughts. And now we practice returning to our navel, our center. We take we make 3 breath cycles of soft breaths, and you may count your each inhalation, but you would exhale in equal number of counts. So, which means samavritti, which means samasthiti, which is you're equalizing your breath. So place one hand over your navel and you breathe in with your count. I'll count to three. And we also learned how to count to keep the rhythm 1001, 1002, 1003. And then we exhale with the same number of counts. Let's begin. Breathe in, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3. Breathe in, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3. Breathe in, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3. Just stay where you are. Just stay where you are. Take a deep breath and release. Today, I have a task for you because this is Yoga Sūtra 1.12. And here, Maharishi Patanjali describes the method by which we can stop the chitta vrittis, the modifications of the mind. So, your task could be take up any task of your choice. Something like, okay, I'll drink a warm glass of water in the morning, or I will take, if you can walk wherever, if you have enough space or outdoors, just walk for maybe 100 steps. So take up any task, or just, okay, I will just practice stillness for even for 30 seconds. Whether I'm seated or I'm standing anywhere, I'll just practice stillness for like 30 seconds. But here's the challenge: you practice whatever task you take every day. And that's abhyas, every day. But there's a condition. You may get thoughts of, okay, so what am I going to achieve from that? When will I be able to go into meditation? And when will I mm, experience liberation and blah, blah, blah? But the challenge is that you would not react to these questions that come to your mind. You would not cling to the expectations that your mind wants to answer to these thoughtful questions to the mind. All you would do is you would practice, you take up a task. Okay, drinking water, or not drinking water before any kind of heavy exercise, right before or during any task. You write me in the comment box tomorrow or whenever you're ready, which task do you decide to take up. So you would do repeated practice of the task, be consistent, and also not practicing not clinging to the expectations or the thoughts that come to your mind. Today we explored Abhyāsa and Vairāgya, steady practice and gentle non grasping. Steady practice and gentle non grasping. When these two wings move together, the mind becomes light, steady, and free. Thank you for practicing with me today. Until tomorrow, stay warm, stay open, and stay honest to your story. I'll just read few comments. Oh, this is so beautiful. Indranil, thank you for joining. Thank you. Dolce Picasso, thank you so much. You are pretty too. Thank you. You see your reflection, my mom used to say. Thank you so much. And Cardi 207, hello, thank you so much. And Pavitra, thank you so much for joining. And also, Ivan, when I'm sorry, I could not read your Ivan Ventus one. Thank you so much, Indranil, Pavitra, Cardi, Dolce Picasso, and in well, I can thank you enough, everyone, for showing up, and that is Abhyas. And we meet tomorrow.